Salutations everyone and welcome to What Mattered. Today's top story, Flappy Bird. Everyone's talking about it, Flappy. Dude, you're only supposed to talk about stuff that mattered? Oh. Okay. Hope you all had a nice Valentine's Day or Hallmark holiday or Hearts and Who's Day or whatever you wanted to call it. I certainly did. Oh, G-Force Kevin Pereira, how I do love your witty banter. I'm sorry, I can't do this. This isn't even real wine. This is enhanced water with a plastic cup. I can't. In the first bit of news, Ben McKenzie has been casted for the role of Commissioner Gordon in Fox's Gotham series. A little young, some would say. He is 35, and it is supposed to be a young Commissioner Gordon. Still, not the type of actor I would have picked. I don't know his acting career personally. I've never watched The OC or Southland. I hope they do a good job. I like trusting other people that are more, intelligent than me with this kind of stuff. But, sometimes you have to question, but, hopefully everything does work out. We had Judge Dredd, director, behind the helm. For the pilot, and there's a lot of other cast members. They already have their Cobblepot and some other GCPD people, as well as some other younger versions of villains. So let's hope something really good comes out of this. In other DC news, the Flash pilot has finally been greenlit. After about a year of speculation and months of waiting, it has finally been greenlit. The CW is getting another DC series all its own, The Flash, which, I actually am really hyped for. I mean, a lot of people were fans of the Flash show in the 80s, and it was very short-lived, and The Flash is a fantastic DC character, so it's nice to see that he's getting his own series as well, going off the successes of The Arrow, as well as Smallville. So while Marvel is killing it in the silver screen, DC keeps getting big hits there on the gold screen. Speaking of TV shows, House of Cards Season 2 is finally out on Netflix. If you guys haven't watched the first season, you should definitely do that. Use coupon code whatever, I'm not famous. And just go ahead and watch it. It's not too political. It's not hard to, follow. A 12-year-old could easily follow this show. It's great. David Fincher, Kevin Spacey, fantastic cast, great writing, and it's totally awesome. And after seeing the first episode, I've only seen the first episode of Season 2. No spoilers, of course, but I just have one retort. Holy sandwich! And while we're on the subject of awesome shows, Rainn Wilson's YouTube channel Soul Pancake just launched a new series, The Impression Guys, which I'm a huge fan of impressions. You guys might know that. And it's a fantastic series. It's set up to be a 6-episode arc. 26 minutes was the first episode, and it was great. Guys doing impressions in their jobs and stuff. It has Angela from The Office in it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I feel kind of bad because I haven't heard about these guys before, but I feel awesome because I'm able to appreciate them now. It's a very well-written little show here on the YouTubes, and you guys should definitely check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Microsoft announced they are coming with their own standalone stereo headset for the Xbox One, so no more having to deal with this monstrosity. Very uncomfortable. Instead, they're coming out with a stereo headphone set, 20 gigahertz, surround sounds, a unidirectional microphone, and they're also coming out with an adapter for existing gaming headsets, such as the Astro A40s, anything with a 3.5 millimeter jack, none of that puck nonsense. It needs to be able to plug in just like any normal set of headphones. So now we can finally use our awesome gaming headsets as microphones, as well as getting sound, of course, through the audio outputs. As far as the new stereo headset goes, it's a pretty good model. It's $80. The adapter will be $25, so both very affordable. But if you're going to spend $80 on this Microsoft branded vanilla headset, definitely just go to the Turtle Beaches. One of the two that are compatible with the Xbox One so far. There are only two. So it's worth just the couple extra bucks to go with a brand that knows how to make headsets that are quality, more comfortable, and gives you better sound. So that's just my thoughts on those. Huge bit of internet provider news. Comcast is reportedly going to buy Time Warner Cable. This is absolutely crazy. It's like McDonald's buying Burger King or DC buying Marvel. It's absolutely insane. It's number 1 and number 2 getting snapped up into one. Terrible, terrible news, of course, because what this means is the prices are going to go up because, you know, they have more of a monopoly and they can throttle the service down as much as they want because no one is really going to have a choice because they can't go to another provider in most parts of the United States. So it's just another step in the direction of no net neutrality and 0.4 uploads and downloads. So not very good news on that front. Hopefully it gets blocked somewhere because these types of monopolies are terrible for the consumer and they're not going to give us the type of service, you know, that we want to require and we need to keep up with the rest of the world. Nintendo Direct came out with a bunch of news. Only a few of them are, you know, really important. Mario Kart 8 got a release date in May. Also, my boy Kirby here, Triple Deluxe, finally gets a US release date on May 4th. And then or is it May 3rd? I don't know, first week of May. And then the UK and Australia will have to wait another 2 weeks after that. So we're finally all going to be able to relive the glory of Kirby in 3DS land mode thingy. Kirby. Also, a new fighter for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U and the 3DS has been announced. Little Mac from Punch-Out and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out more famously. A pretty good choice. He's been in, you know, an assist trophy before, and, you know, he's not the most, you know, blockbuster character that you can think of that hasn't been attached to the series yet. But if you take a look at his movesets in the trailer, he actually looks like a really good fighter. I really like the moveset that they've given him from what I have seen. It's kind of like an old school, like Star Fox kind of a guy with, you know, some like power punches in between. And I like it. I like the moveset. I like the move. And hopefully, you know, we can get more news, more new characters, the better. Still haven't announced Meta Knight, best character ever. But one can dream. The Last of Us has come out with their first and only DLC, Left Behind, hitting rave reviews by people who, of course, loved The Last of Us, getting pretty much all of the Game of the Year awards, and people are touting this as fantastic DLC. You know, it's story driven, and you know what's going to happen because, you know, it takes place before The Last of Us. And people really like it, and that's awesome. It's good to see that you know, they're not trying to bite off more than they can chew. They're just giving us this one piece of DLC, and they're not, you know, trying to hit that cash cow because Naughty Dog knows quality and they know how much they need to put in. No word yet on a sequel, but that's fine. Also, with the patch that came up with the update for the DLC, came fixes to the multiplayer when it comes to like spawns and glitches and balancing stuff as well. So that is also cool for those of you who love the Last of Us multiplayer. And sadly, that's, you know, probably the last of Us news we're going to be hearing for quite some time. But that's okay because it was a fun ride. The Titanfall Beta is finally out. It is a closed beta. If you didn't get a code, I'm sorry, but I did. And oh, who's this playing the game? Oh, that's me. If you guys would like to see my first impressions of Titanfall, you can go ahead and click on the screen or an annotation or somewhere in the description. It'll take you to that video where I go over, you know, the snipers, the shotguns, the pistols, the Titans, the frames per second, the lag, the spawns, everything in great detail. And you can ask any questions there, or if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them down in this comment section. I'll be sure to answer everything that I can answer, and I hope you guys enjoy that video. Marvel has finally announced that Black Widow is finally getting her own movie, or movies, you know, potentially. Natasha Romanoff, we've seen since Iron Man 2, and also on the Avengers, of course, and is going to be in Captain America Winter Soldier. So it's kind of cool that she's getting her own film. Not sure if they're going to be able to have Scarlett Johansson anymore because she's one of the highest paid actresses in Hollywood, and if they're trying to pen her from more than one film, that's going to be extremely difficult. But the character does have some good stories. She's not the best by all means, but a lot of people have been begging for a female superhero movie for a long time. especially after, you know, failures to launch as well as Catwoman. And hopefully this works out, and it could also open the door to, you know, more characters being introduced as like a backdoor introduction in a Black Widow movie, such as like, you know, Daredevil or Punisher, which were recently acquired by Disney late last year, as well as with a couple of others that seem much less likely. I don't think Black Widow's going to be hitting up with Blade anytime soon, but still, it's an awesome prospect. Hopefully it can introduce more characters and more movies that you know, Marvel can produce in-house, which we know they can do. Finally, in some Halo news, Master Chief's voice actors teased that Halo 5 isn't coming out till next year, but we're going to have Halo 2 Anniversary, and then there was a retraction. Maybe Microsoft got to him, maybe he didn't, and now they're saying that, you know, he didn't really mean that, and that Halo 5 is going to be coming out sometime, but there is going to be a Halo game this year, but they're not going to say what. I don't know why they're keeping their cards so close to the chest when it seems like the cat is out of the bag and scratching on the scratching post and throwing up, and everyone can see it. It's like you can't put it back in the bag and pretend that we didn't see it. We totally saw the cat do all that stuff. So I don't care what you say. We're getting Halo 2 Anniversary, and I'm psyched. Awesome game. I love it. HD remake, new graphics, multiplayer is back. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully. Not official, but we're about as close as you can get. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a comment on any of the stories that I mentioned below, and the links to all the stories will be in the description. Subscribe if you want to see more, and buttons, and okay, bye.